I am Janina, and this is my kingdom story. I was very active in high school, did a lot of sports, was involved in music, involved in a lot of different things, but then also remember struggling through sickness and illness then. When I ate or drank, I would either get sick or I would just feel sick all the time. My pain was at a 7 or 8 every day. I learned to live with the pain. The illness was really just sucking the life out of me. I started going to a Cleveland clinic for some testing and diagnosis, and so it was there when we had found that I had MALS, or moles is what people call it, and that stands for median arcuate ligament syndrome. There's the celiac artery, and there are nerves around that, and it is being compressed, and so that is what is causing pain when you eat or drink. It was like this sigh of relief, like I wasn't going crazy and there was actually something going on. So it was a very risky procedure because you're dealing with nerves around an artery. The first surgery did help some, but it was just like a little bit of relief. I was still dealing with the pain. I was still not able to eat or drink as much. We did the second one. Again, felt some relief. I think I was able to eat and drink better or more, so that was a plus. Found this doctor in Toledo, and he himself actually had the diagnosis as well, so he was very familiar with it. He was able to go in, kind of clear things out, and really open up 100% blood flow to my stomach. I was actually able to eat and drink and keep things down. 6 months or so afterwards, I was starting to not feel great again, and I was starting to have like this nausea with it. I felt like I was back at square one. Remember times of just crying out to God. The one thing that got me through was Him. Clinging on to Him and knowing that even if I didn't get healed, that He was still with me through all of it. Since I've been coming to Northgate, I was interested in doing KLS, which is the Kingdom Life School. Last year we had a retreat that was for the weekend, and was really excited to just connect with new people and just seeing what God had in store.
So I knew Janina needed prayer pretty much a few weeks leading up to retreat. She had made a trip to the hospital, and I didn't know a lot of her history. I was just learning her story as we went along. I just knew that we had to come around her and pray for her, and I just really believed it was going to be important.
So for that weekend, my friend Meredith and Jalissa, we roomed together in a room, and before we went to bed, my friend Meredith had shared that she had a dream.
A few months before the retreat, I had a dream about Janina, that she died, and I didn't really know what to do with that dream at first because I felt like it wasn't super encouraging, so I just kind of sat on it for a while. The week leading up to the retreat, I was just processing with the Lord and talking with Him, and I was just kind of in that place where I was just desperate for a miracle for Janina. And in that week, that's when the Lord was really revealing what the dream was really representing. And He said that whatever illness was trying to grab onto Janina, that would pass away, and that she would be kind of reborn into her new healthy self.
It just created this excitement within me. I so want to be healed and just done with this, done with hurting. We woke up Sunday morning, and Jill had grabbed me and was like, I really want Patty to pray over you, pray for complete healing.
So I had gone to Patty. Patty has a gift of healing, and I knew immediately that I'd have to introduce them. They didn't really know each other going into retreat, and so I gave her kind of a quick rundown of, this is Janina, and she needs prayer, and we're heading into appointments, so now's the time.
That was kind of my first encounter with Patty. That's when Patty initially asked like where my pain was. I told her I was a 7 or 8, and she's like, well, we're gonna pray for complete healing.
So Jill asked me to go up and pray for Janina. It was the very end of the retreat. So I asked her level of pain, learned a little bit more about what the problem was. I commanded all the pain to go and the healing to come. I sent her to activate her so she could actually walk it out.
Just remember in that moment, Patty praying over me, and just this feeling of just peace and just everything just going like from my body. And so she had me walk to the back of the room and come back to her, And I just remember just taking that turn in the room and just like a shift, just in my body and my spirit happened as I just turned and came back. So I came back and she had asked where my pain was, and I'm like 0. And so in that moment is where she had me declare it like out loud, like everyone in the room heard it.
I remember hearing Janina say like, "I am healed." She screamed it, and I could feel the presence. And I still get goosebumps like thinking about that moment because it was just so powerful, and I knew that it was true.
And then I had to run on the hallways to really activate it because that was important for her to really begin to believe it in her, not just in her body, but in her spirit.
So after that session was over, there's a group of us that went out for lunch. I was so excited to eat. Like I just kept telling everyone, like, I'm hungry, like I'm ready to eat, which normally those words just did not come out of my mouth. I remember just like the whole time just eating, just smiling while eating. People probably thought I was crazy at the table, but I was like, I'm eating.
When we hear people live chronically, we don't think about the hours of living at a 7 or an 8. Like it even just makes me cry. And she just kept saying, I have no pain. I have no pain. And so for her to be at a 0, I think it was just hitting me at this place of the mercy of God. Like that's sheer mercy that he would just deliver her and bring healing like that. And so that was very, very overwhelming. But to be honest, I struggled to believe that it was going to be gone in the morning. Like I really was like, how am I going to minister to her in the morning when this doesn't, when it's back? Like that's where I was at the whole night.
I just remember waking up and I just had tears on my face because I wasn't nauseous, because that was another thing. Like I just felt nauseous every time I got up.
For her to wake up in the morning and I was like, how you feeling? You know, and she was like, I have no pain. I was undone, truly undone.
Never giving up and pushing through was huge for me. I mean, there were times I definitely wanted to give up, like not gonna lie about that, but there's something when you have Jesus in your life, it really does change everything. Having people in your corner is huge. Like that is really what got me through a lot of things. The healing, I think, is just forever changed my life. The weekend of retreat is just a weekend I'll never forget. To not only just be healed, but to be in a room of people that have supported me, who have prayed for me, who have just been there through it all has just been huge for me and has really just been a turning point in my life. And now I'm just able to share my story with other people.